Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, yep, I'm back in my home. It only took me 30 some hours to get here, but I'm finally back home and we do have some cruise news, including a cruise ship that seems to have suffered some damage doing something kind of foolish, I think. We have an update from Carnival and their internet service. You know, the price isn't going up again. They've already done that twice. I better not count that out. It still could happen. And then we have a cruise line saying, hey, don't get too excited about all those ports that we were announcing because it's not official yet. We have an ex-AIDA cruise ship that is now called the Astoria Grand. Well, she was trying to dock at this beautiful port. First time I've seen this port. It's called the Amasra port in Turkey. Look how beautiful that cruise port is. It looks stunning. It makes me want to go there immediately. But yeah, they hit the breakwater trying to go in bad weather and really windy conditions. I just came from a cruise ship that decided not to pull into ports because it was too windy. In fact, we decided not to leave one port because it was too windy. I think that was the right decision. The captain made that decision, and I think perhaps now in hindsight, the captain of the Astoria Grand probably made the wrong decision because they struck the breakwater on the way in. Now, the breakwater, in case you're not sure of the terminology, is that usually a man-made built obstacle that keeps, the ocean waves and it'll hit up against the rocks. It's like this long, curved out area that protects the cruise port or a swimming area at a hotel so that the waves aren't hitting directly into the ships that are docked there. So it has that's called the breakwater. It slows down the water and it's much calmer inside. Well, it struck it in high winds, ended up leaving the port, and now it's staying out to sea off the coast, undergoing, waiting for the weather to drop off. And then it's going to pull back in and have divers check underneath because it is suspected that it has some underwater hull damage on the ship. So yeah, not a great decision there, I don't think. Now this is the cruise port captain, and it's also the pilot who's guiding the cruise ship in decision to go ahead and do that. And unfortunately, yeah, it turned out to be the wrong decision from the looks of it. Next, we also have Carnival Cruise Line has just announced, well, they're going with Starlink as well. SpaceX Starlink that Royal Caribbean and Celebrity and other cruise lines have announced that they're going to jump on. Well, they're jumping on it with Carnival as well after just raising the costs of the internet packages. At least now it looks like maybe we'll get much better service. Not only is it going to be with Carnival and AIDA, or AIDA, depending on how you pronounce it, it's going to go with Holland America, it's going to go on Princess Cruise Line, so right across the entire Carnival fleet. P&O, you name it, it's going to have it on board, which is good news for anyone who needs to do any connectivity on board. And I think this also might help with, say, Princess's Cruise Line with the Medallion. Everyone loves the Medallion when it works, right? There's nothing better than sitting in the theater or a game show, going on the app and just ordering a drink and having it delivered to you. Ordering cookies and having it delivered to you. Anywhere on the ship, sitting out by the sun deck, you don't have to get up and go and get your drink. Order it right to you. I know it's lazy, but hey, you're supposed to be a little lazy. You're on a cruise. You're on vacation. So I'm all for that. And the Starlink might help with that connectivity on Princess with the Medallion. Imagine the Medallion working perfectly every time you get on. How cool would that be? There's no really word out yet on how fast they're going to implement it across their fleet. I hope they get it going, especially for places like Alaska, where the internet tends to be very poor because of the high mountains and the cold weather, and the stormy, clouds and the fog that happens in Alaska, you often get very, very, very slow internet. Starlink just might solve that issue. That would be very, very cool. And then we have a cruise line saying, hey, wait a minute, don't talk about going to these cruise ports yet. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything cruising, from trips to Australia for New Year's Eve and Holland America cruise on the Noor Dam. What a great cruise that was. Running from a cyclone in New Zealand, to the upcoming Bloggers cruise that's coming at the end of this month, to more and more destinations around the world, and just keeping up with everything cruising, from the cruise stories like the ships that are in danger, the ships that are leaving the fleet, and new ships coming online. We'll try and keep you up to date with everything, as well as give you some tips to try and save you money and make your cruise that much more enjoyable. And yeah, doesn't cost anything, but I really do hope you'll join me here on the channel. We have a great community out there. I met so many great people in Australia and New Zealand, and I love when I meet people out on the cruises. It's the highlight of my trip. It really is. Yeah, subscribe button. All right. Next, we have Costa Cruise Lines saying, hey, those cruises that have been announced to Taiwan and everything, yeah, they're not official. We haven't decided anything. We haven't signed any agreements. We haven't finalized and dotted the I's, crossed the T's. But it's being reported in the Taipei Times, which is the local newspapers down there, that they're going to home port there for 25 cruises. Costa says not yet. Don't count on it, because the announcements were coming out from the newspaper and everything, but they left out some specifics, like what ship was going to be there, what dates they were going to be there, what years they were going to be there, what season they were going to be there, what months they were going to be there. They left out every detail except saying, hey, Costa's coming, and we're going to home port here, and everyone should get excited. And Costa says, maybe, but right now it's not official. So maybe some people got a little too excited there that they're going to have a home port, and it doesn't look like it's quite official that they're going to be in Taiwan right now. Fingers crossed it happens for those folks, because apparently they got very excited that that was a possibility. Let's hope for their sake that it does. That'd be kind of a cool cruise port to leave. I might fly to Taiwan for a couple weeks and then jump on a cruise as well. Sounds good to me. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.